Hi everyone, some gamer dude here. So a friend of mine recently told me he liked watching my openings, mostly because I don't go overboard on the cost of the card. I just talk about the card and appreciate it as a game piece, and he said he finds that rather enjoyable to watch. So I put to him what I put at the end of that video I just released, I think it'll be earlier today, asking if he wanted me to go over the decks I bought recently. He said yes. I explained it won't be an opening. He didn't really care because of what the product actually is and the way I do the content. So let's begin. I'll be doing one of these a week. Of course, today we'll be doing two decks because it's a dual deck. And I think it's pretty crappy to separate the dual deck just for more content. I kind of regret breaking those booster packs up now. I think that was a bit of a dick move on my part. I'm sorry for that. So let's just get started with the Cloud deck. As I've said before, I really like the foiling in this game. I love the speckle. And as you can see, this one's actually been sleeved for a while now. Pretty perfectly flat. Don't think it's going to get much flatter than that. You can compare a full art to a normal. I think the full arts do look nice, as I mentioned in the last video. I think that the way they do the full arts in this, how it's white text with a black stroke instead of black text with a white stroke, looks much, much better. I do that in my own work. Cloud is Earth. It's easier to tell with the normal one. So actually really easy to read both of them. 2 cost 5,000 forward. You can tap it and put a category forward into the break zone. They mean from the field, by the way. Friend got caught out using that. Search, and search is a keyword, they mean from the deck. For forward, that costs 1 CP more than the forward put into the break zone via this effect. Got to put the rest of the words in so you understand. And play it onto the field. You can only use this ability during your main phase. So Cloud's a perfect 1-drop. Well, technically it's a 1-drop in this game because you discard to produce the 2. And just next turn when you bring something out, maybe it's got an enter ability, and then you pop it for something bigger and just start gaining momentum. As I said, I really like the full art and foiling in this game. So 3 clouds because Final Fantasy does not make you buy multiple decks. So also exclusive to this deck is this Vincent. It's a 3 cost, 7,000 forward. It's got 2 S abilities, so you're going to need more Vincents. I think there might be 5 in the deck all up. Can you say that okay? I hope you can. Let's see if I can get focus a bit better. I don't know if that's any better, but I hope it is. It's clear to me. Death Geiger's S. Until end of turn, Vincent gains plus 1,000 power, first strike, and when Vincent attacks, choose 1 delve forward of a cost of 4 or less and break it, which is pretty nifty. Hits some fairly decent stuff, goes up to 8,000, and gets first strike, which means he's much, much better. First strike is a very, very strong keyword in this game, especially considering it's got the attacking tapped forwards from Dual Masters. So damage 5, which is basically limit break 5. I actually like how it's got a limit break mechanic normally in there. I don't know if Magic's done this, but I think it'd be worth having. Chaos, it's another S ability. Vincent gains plus 3,000 power, first strike, and when it attacks, choose a character and break it. Character refers to the back row as well, so you can hit the backups. So Vincent gets really, really good with those S abilities. Comes at 10,000 first striker that flat out just kills their backups. He's really nifty. And get 3 copies of him. Yep, here's the second Vincent. I think this is the one from set 4. Yep. So I would have a playset of those. I can replace it with a foil. It's a 5 cost Vincent this time, 7,000 power forward. EX burst. When Vincent enters the field, you may search for 1 card named Vincent and add it to your hand. And then, so it supplies the S ability of Galilean Beast, S and an Earth. Vincent gains plus 4,000 power until end of turn. I would rather use the other Vincent. I'm just saying, guys. Actually, you can pop this onto the field. No, you can't get the other one through Cloud. But yeah, it's kind of what you'd kind of want to use the entry ability and then somehow return it to your hand, to be honest. So we get 3 of that Vincent. I thought it was only 2. So there's a lot of set 4 stuff here that are pulled in those packets, and I didn't realise that. Wedge, he's a 3 cost backup. Again, is it blurry for you guys? When Edge enters the field, you must search for one Avalanche Operative forward and add it to your hand, which we haven't gone past yet. 3 cost. Typically, you want a 2 cost on turn 1. You want to tap it and discard into this. So you get 2 of those. Jesse, that's probably the backup you want on 1. The cost required to play your card named Cloud and Barrett onto the field is reduced by 1. So that Cloud we went past is a 1 cost on turn 2, and you can just tap Jesse for it. And I like the art for these ones. So we get 3 Jessies. That's good. Miner, I'm pretty sure this was considered a staple for Earth in everything. It's a 4 cost backup. When Miner enters the field, choose 1 backup in your break zone, add it to your hand. So any of these ones that pop for their effects or get popped, you can bring it back. Try to bring it a bit closer. And Earth 1 and tap it. Put Miner into the break zone, choose 1 forward in your break zone, add it to your hand. That's really good for using those S abilities again. That's actually really nifty. It's worth 3. So how many miners do we get? 2. Everything fell over. Then we have Marlene. She's a 4 cost backup. EX Burst. When Marlene enters the field, choose 1 card named Aerith, card named Cloud, or card named Tifa, or card named Barrett in your break zone, add it to your hand. That's a lot of versatility, and it doesn't need to pop for it. She just gets you the card. She's pretty good. And if you could pop her to use more copies, that's even better. Titan, it's a summon. EX Burst. Got a lot of EX Burst here. Choose 1 forward you control and 1 forward your opponent controls. The former gains 2000 power until end of turn. Then the former deals damage equal to its power to the latter. So it's the fight mechanic, which is pretty good for a 5er. Get 3 of those. Place it. Barrett, that's one of our other starter cards. Avalanche Operative, so that means I think it was Wedge searches it out. Yep. So here's 7,000 3 cost. I think that's the one from Advent Children, because Barrett's changed it a lot in terms of design. He has a very inconsistent design. Oh no, that's the Final Fantasy VII Remake. He changes so much I really can't tell. They really need to give him a consistent look. He kind of looks like a different man each time. So EX Burst, when Barrett enters the field, choose 1 forward your opponent controls, deal 1000 damage for each category 7 character control, that's back row and front row. If Barrett results from an EX Burst, deal 2000 damage for each category 7 you control instead. This is very, very easy to get up to very scary numbers. Very easy to pop things, and EX Burst, it's even better. We get 3 Barretts. Red 13, this is from set... Oh, no, it's a starter deck card as well. Red 13, 4 drop, 8,000. If you control a category 7 forward other than Red 13 gains 1,000 power, haste, and first strike. I think that's pretty good for 4. It becomes a 9,000 haste first striker. Not that hard to get it out either. So we get 3 of that. Tifa from set 1. Haste, 4,000 for 2. I think she's fine. Bring her out turn 1. Slam into them. If they don't summon a forward, just on their turn 1, it's then your turn 1. Slam them. She's pretty good. We get 3. Cards falling over because it's slippery. Zack, which is definitely a clip from a FMV. So Zack is 8,000 forward. So clear. There we go. Man, I'm dropping them all. Ah, it happens. So when Zack or a 5 forward enters your field, choose 1 forward your opponent controls, deal 2,000 damage. When Zack or a category 7 forward enters the field, choose 1 forward your opponent controls, deal 2,000 damage. So fire 7s deal 4,000 damage just by coming out. That's interesting. And Zack will pop off 2. Huh. It's a pity you can't get all 4 off that. That'd be funny. So 3 of that, and it's a rare from a set, so that's pretty good. Well, rare, I mean the hero cards. Soldier 3rd class, it's a standard unit. 5,000 for 3 with first strike. When Soldier 3rd class enters the field, you may search for 1 card named Soldier 3rd class and add to your hand. So you just keep getting them and fill up the field with first strike of 5,000s. Which, if you can power them up some other way, starts getting decent. Red Mage, 2 cost backup, turn 1 stuff you'd want. Although I'd honestly prefer Tifa. Fire 1, tap it, choose 1 forward. It cannot block this turn, which is actually really, really nifty if they've got something that, well, you've got something you want to get through. They've got something that they can block it with and kill it. It's good. Oh, that's around the wrong way. So we've got 3 of the 3rd class, 3 Red Mage, a Black Mage, 2 cost backup, fire and tap it. Keep thinking magic, sorry about that. Put Black Mage into the break zone, choose 1 forward, deal 4,000 damage. It's a great way to pop off something that has been damaged, or alternatively, already damaged something, so that when the first striker hits it, it'll bump it off. Get 2 of those. Kind of wish we had 3. It's a good card. Sage, where it's a 2 cost backup as well. When it enters the field, choose 1 forward. It gains haste until end of turn. Not something you want super early. 3 of those. I'd rather 3 of the other one. Phoenix, another hero card, so it's another rare. Summon, 4 cost. Choose up to 1 forward of a cost of 2 or less in your break zone. Play it onto the field. Tifa. Deal 2,000 damage to all forwards your opponent controls. If there was a way to... Actually, just want to check something. Huh. I don't think Jessie interacts with it. She reduces their cost to play them onto the field, not their cost, period. So I don't think they interact. But that Phoenix could be nifty. We get 3 Phoenixes. And then finally, Aerith, and she has a starter card. So we will have 3 of her. She's an ancient white card, I believe. 4 cost 5,000 with their version of microtext. It's not the worst to read. Well, at least it's not for me. I hope it's not for you. When Aerith enters the field, choose 2 Category 7 characters in your break zone other than card name Aerith. Add them to your hand. 1 and Tapper, put Aerith into the break zone. Select one of the 2 following actions. Choose 1 Category 7 forward you control. Dull it. It gains this forward cannot be broken until end of turn. And choose 1 dark forward, break it. So she kills dark forwards, or she prevents your guys that are standing up from being killed. Which, if you can get them brave, that's not bad. She's something I'd have to play around with more, because I only played the Sephiroth deck. So let's get started with that. So we start with Sephiroth. Should I put him on Winged Angel? I don't think I should. Square Enix seems a bit on the Sue Happy side. So, can we get this a bit clearer? There we go. 3 cost, I think he's a lightning. Yes, he is. 9,000 power. Wow, that is actually strong. When Sephiroth attacks, dull all forwards. When Sephiroth attacks, dull all forwards your opponent controls with 8,000 power or less. Wow, anything that could just jump block him becomes tapped, so it can't block him. Wow, that's actually really strong. I was using the other Sephiroth, mostly because fighting the Cloud deck, they're getting a lot of strong ones that Sephiroth couldn't deal with. At the end of each of your turns, remove 3 cards from your break zone from the game, or put Sephiroth into the break zone. So in other words, he only stays around as a figment. You need 3 in the discard pile to actually even use him. So, for the turn. So, because the turn you summon him, it's going to trigger that end. You need the 3 in there. And then you just need to keep fueling at 3. It's actually really hard to keep going. Get the 3 of those, of course. Azul, I'm not familiar with this character. Didn't play Dirge of Cerberus. So it's a 3 cost 7,000 forward. Is that clear? When Azul is dealt damage, choose one forward opponent controls, dealt 1,000 damage. Damage 3, Azul gains the same but deal 2,000 damage. Then damage 5, same, deal 3,000 damage. So it'll go up to 6,000 whenever Azul is dealt damage. End game. It's not a bad thing, especially if you have things that trigger off cards already being damaged. So we get 3 of him because he's a starter deck card. Angel Penance. Again, I don't recognize it because I didn't play Crisis Core. A lot of these Final Fantasy shoot-offs I've never played. So Angel Penance is a 4 cost 7,000 forward. It's also card name Anjael. Sorry, it's Anjael Presence apparently. In all situations. Haste. When Anjael Penance deals damage to your opponent, choose one damaged forward and break it. Again, this is what you want to do. I mean, these are the type of cards that interact with forwards already being damaged. That's what I meant to say. So it's getting a little bit late here and I'm getting a little bit tired. But I can only record at night because it's quiet. 2 cost backup, Red Mage. Tap it and Power Lightning. Choose one forward against haste to end of turn. That's actually not bad at all. Get 2 of those. Restrictor. Getting a lot of these cards have pulled in set 4. It's a 3 cost backup EX Burst. When it enters the field, choose one job Spheres and add it to your hand. Well, we're going to have to see what Spheres... Oh, no, it's Azul. Azul Spheres. I wonder if there's any others. So we'll see if there's any others. 2 of those. Reno, member of the Turks. This is from set 8. As you can see, the cards haven't gotten that much more powerful. 2 cost backup lightning. Tap it, put Reno into the break zone. Choose one active forward, deal 3,000 damage. Turk light special. Tap it, choose one forward, dull it. The secondary effect's actually pretty good. Gets blockers out of the way. Would want a 3rd copy of it because it's an S ability, guys. Kind of need 3 of that. Reeve from set 9. I like how he's with Kate Sith. Again, Dirge of Cerberus, and it's super blurry. That's actually one thing you'll notice with the Final Fantasy card game. That some of the cards that are CGI cutscenes from older games are a bit on the blurry side. So anyway, it's a backup. When Reeve enters the field, you may search for one card named Vincent, card named Kate Sith, and add it to your hand. So that's actually pretty good if you're running those major. I'd actually like this with the S Vincent in the other deck. Lightning Earth is a combination because the other one has really good abilities and you'd want the extra Vincents. So we get 2 Reeve. Rama from set 7. Summon for 4. Lightning. EX Burst, choose one forward. It loses 7,000 power until end of turn. If Rama results from an EX Burst, it loses 8,000 power until end of turn instead, which is pretty alright. Can be used to win battles. It's a good card in my opinion. Sorry, technical difficulties. So Don Corneo, he's a 2 cost 5,000 forward, microtext. Tap, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your break zone, choose one forward and dull it. That's alright for just getting blockers out of the way. Tap it, put the top 7 cards of your deck into the break zone, choose one dull forward, break it. That's decent for getting rid of their attackers. Tap it, put the top 15 cards of your deck into your break zone, choose one forward, you gain control of it for as long as Don Corneo is on the field. That's not terrible. The last one is actually potentially game winning. Yes, if you do it repetitively, it is going to cost you the game via deck out, but I don't think it's terribly bad by itself. Next up we have Kate Sith. 2 cost backup when it enters the field. Your opponent reveals a hand, you may select one card in their hand other than a backup. If you do so, remove it from the game, and your opponent draws 1 card. I don't know if... actually, no, mill is a thing in Wind. I believe it's very hard to get off, but you could speed it up via this. I'm not sure how viable Icewind Mill control would be, but it's a thing. Ice has hand discard as well, so you can discard their hand, then discard their deck, and it's funny. DGS Trooper First Class from set 3. It's a 4-cost 8,000 standard unit forward. The Ice Job standard unit forwards you control gain plus 2,000 power, which is pretty good. The rest of them in this line aren't Deep Ground Soldiers, though they are standard units, and that's what it's interacting with. But it's got a lot more versatility than that. So Deep Ground Soldier, you can have any of them in the board. 3 costs 5,000 forward, standard unit, as I said. When Deep Ground Soldier enters the field, you may search for a 1 card named DGS Trooper First Class and add it to your hand, so you get this guy. That's good. All chains off this one, because this one is the one you want first. 2 costs 3,000, similar effect, except it searches for a card named Deep Ground Soldier with a cost of 3 and adds to your hand, so it wants this one. So this one chains into this one, which chains into the other one, and then the other 2 gain plus 3,000 plus 2,000 power. So you get a 5 and a 7 and some deck slimming. So you get 3 of each of those. Sephiroth, it's a rare card from set 5. I really like this one. This is a fun card. 3 costs 6,000. Back attack. Back attack is flash from Magic, so you can play him on your opponent's turn. When Sephiroth enters the field, choose 1 forward and dull it. Really good on your opponent's turn. Damage 5 against plus 2,000 power. Okay. Draw Slash. Special. Until end of turn, Sephiroth gains plus 1,000 power and first strike. So depending on the situation, you can dull the rest of their forces, or at least one of them, and block and first strike the other one. I think he's really good. Get 3 of those. I'm happy about that. I think it's a very good card. Black Mage. 2 cost backup. You know I like those. Tap, put Black Mage into the break zone, choose 1 dull forward, deal it 4,000 damage, which is good for getting rid of weenies. A different Black Mage, this is one's from 5, it's Faris, I believe. 2 cost, again, backup, ice, tap it, choose 1 dull forward, deal it 2,000 damage. So if something's just nearly dead and you didn't pick it off fully, kill it. Just pretty good. You can have 3 of those. Shiva, and this one is a rare from set 8, so it's an uncommon. So a little bit blurry. You can only cast Shiva during your turn. It's a 4 cost. Summon. Choose up to 3 forwards or monsters your opponent controls. Dull them and freeze them. So this is actually something I really like. Freeze is a keyword in this game. It means that it doesn't untap during your opponent's next turn. Considering it's ice themed already in Magic, I'm really surprised Magic hasn't keyworded it the exact same word. But they also use it for terms like shackling chains and whatnot. And finally, our black card for the deck is Kadaj. So Kadaj is from Advent Children, and it's got microtext as well. So it's a 4 cost, 9,000 black forward. EX burst when Kadaj enters the field. Select one of the 3 following actions. Choose 1 forward, dull it, as its uses. Choose up to 2 cards from either player's break zone. Remove them from the game, as its uses. Choose 1 forward until the end of turn. It gains plus 2,000 power and brave, again as its uses. At the end of each of your turns, you may remove Kadaj from the game. If you do so, at the end of your opponent's turn, play Kadaj onto the field, which is really nifty. You just keep getting those enter abilities. The first one especially is really cool. The final one, again, really cool. He's actually a really good card. As long as he doesn't get killed or removed, He's telling you probably don't want to attack with him because you don't want him vulnerable. He is super cool, and you get 3 of those. He's exclusive to the deck. Would have liked a foil of him, actually. I think they actually do put the foils from the decks into the sets as special pull cards. Anyway, that's the 2 decks. I'm sorry the camera fell over, and it keeps getting blurry tonight. I'm not sure why. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. This has been Some Gamer Dude, and thanks for watching.